All right, you ready to go? If you are, we gotta sit. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. All right, you guys heard me talk before about preventive maintenance, and you know, on your vehicles, mowers, whatever it may be, preventive maintenance. Me keeping the house washed. It's a log home. Another thing you need to look at, and I always do it every 4 or 5 years. It's been 5 years now. Could be getting closer to 6. Is your air conditioner. You know, we all replace the air filter all the time. We always do it. Once a month I'm replacing, maybe once every month and a half I replace it, whether it looks like it needs it or not, because you're always collecting those small microorganisms, whatever you want to call them, small things. Here comes you know who when I get over here in the railing and start talking. What? Really? Well, I love you too. Yes, I do. But the other thing you can do, and everybody can do it, because it's not a big thing to do. Excuse me here, Happy. It's not that bad of a thing to do. I mean, it's not as easy to air filter, but it is outside, and it's your outside air conditioner. Okay. You always want to keep the outside area clean. Not a lot of leaves on the backside, not a big trees and whatever, no tall grass. You want it open. The reason is all your fins that you see, when that fan's on, it's sucking air across from outside going in, and it blows it out the top, hot air. So one thing, rule of thumb is that you can check is, when your air conditioning isn't working good, before my other house, I had 2 ACs, I had a big home. I used to run outside if the AC didn't feel right, and I put my hand over it, and if it felt warm, because you're blowing warm air, well, you know that's not the problem, so it must be just that it isn't working as good, or it's that much hotter out. But that's one quick way of knowing if your compressor and fan is working right. Another thing, if you think your compressor's on, your switch is on, and your AC starts to cool good and then fades off, your cooling fan could be bad. Okay? That's that right there. You could actually, for an emergency only, take it and tap it with a hammer, tap it with a screwdriver, that base, that solid base on the inside, not the blades, but the base, tap it. And if it kicks on, you know the fan motor needs replaced. Yes, you can call an electrician. I've done mine at my other house. I am mechanically inclined, so you know that's something that probably maybe electrician needs to be done. You need a kilopower, everything. Okay, now where I'm getting at is, you see all these little screws right here? Not this one, but all these tiny ones, I'm taking them all out. Because on the inside, can you see that condenser? All right, that little, I'll take it all off and I'll show you. What happens is because this is sucking air, it can suck dust, debris, grass into it. And what happens is, if it's raining, it becomes like a mud cake. So now you're not drawing air across that air conditioner to cool that core. That core has got to be clean. So let me take this apart. I don't have a little zip gun. I got a ratchet and wrench. It'll take me a few more minutes than normal. Let me get that apart. First thing you want to do is, yes, fuse panel's right there. You're going to kill the power to this unit, and then you're safe to work on it. So let me kill the power. Let me take this apart, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, and we'll see if it's dirty. I don't know if it is or not. I haven't touched it in 5 years, or working on 6, like I said. So I'm assuming it's going to be semi-dirty. So let me take this apart, and I'll bring you back. What needs to happen is, let me pick this up. I can tell you now that my backside's going to be dirty because that's dirt, and the screen, the metal back there, was really dirty. So I'm assuming the backside that's going to be filthy. Now, this top fits over like a glove, fits right over it. So you have to be able to, I had to get a screwdriver just to get it pre-started, stick it up in there, and just pull it up to free it up. We'll do that over here. There we go. It's dirty in there, I can already tell. Alright. So we're going to pick this up. And we're just going to allow that bottom to come loose. Now look at this. Look how dirty this is. Look at that. Alright, I want to show you something. I have no problems with my air conditioning. It's working good. But guess what? Look at that. Look at that. That's completely covered over, guys. That's bad. Now look at the back of here. See it? That's full. So, now, some people you can use, they have an AC core. That's an AC core cleaner. And you spray it on and you can work it and you know, get it clean. I've never used it. Never had to. I don't know if it make a difference with this one. Now I do want to show you one thing here. These fins are very, very delicate. Very delicate. So just the spray of hard water will fold those fins over. Well, if you fold the fins over, guess what? You're doing the same thing as that dirt. So you got to be gentle how you spray. Alright, here's the thickness of this core. See that? This is a condenser. I'm very shocked about this air conditioner because my AC's been working perfect. Look at that. I'm embarrassed with it because that's preventive maintenance that we're talking about. And it's not there. So, alright. I'm actually going to move this back pretty far. I got my garden hose here. All you need is your garden hose to clean it. That's all you're going to need. Now, you do not want to put a full pressure on that. You fold those fins over. What we're going to do is just keep it wet. Now, what I like to do is wet the whole thing. You know, like mud doesn't fall off right away till it's soaked. Alright, the same thing here. Alright, now I'm going to hit it from the inside and work my way out. Alright, we're going to hit the sprayer one more time. Okay, let's get really up and close. Now another thing you don't want to do is when you take this all apart, you're not wanting to lean on this. This is really very fragile. I mean, it's not that, if you were to take this off, that whole piece, it probably weighs less than 10 pounds. It's very lightweight. Now look how clean does that look. It looks almost brand new. All the way through. See it? Now, there could be some people out there saying, yeah, but you wet that AC down, you sprayed it, all that electrical stuff and everything's over there. Guys, just think for a second. This is outside, it gets wet in a rainstorm. You know what I mean? So, we're cool with that. We're not going to hurt nobody. There's the breaker branch that you pull out. It's inside that fuse panel. It's right down there. That will kill all the power to out here, complete. So now what we need to do, I've also just washed that all down. Now I'll put that piece on. Now there is screws that go on the bottom. Soupy here now, guys, soupy. I don't know if you can see, there are screws that are real low down there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are very low on the corners, right down in that area, in which they are hidden, and there's a spot right there. See? Okay, I just set that piece on the concrete. We're close, and all we're going to do right now, you can see the corners of that, and you see the corner of this. We're just going to try to put them close together, close as you can for right now. See how close we're getting all the way around. We're looking good. And then this piece will slide right in there. And that's how that's going to fit in, just like that. So we need to keep on working and pushing these in closer. We need to get the bottom screwed on, and then we can fold this in, and then this piece can slip on top. So since we already got that other screw in, this ought to be really close. And it is. It's going in by hand. So it's bottomed out. So now, okay, I tighten up the other side. I'm gonna get this one kind of tight. Now's the fun part. What we're gonna need to do is just drop that. This lip will go over here. So you're gonna want that hole to line up. And you're gonna want that hole to line up. And you can see how it's all bulging. So we gotta push this all in as you do it. Alright, so let's grab this. Everything's pushing in good so far. I mean, it all pushes together, every bit of it. There we go. Okay, now we're going to start putting the screws on one at a time. And not tightening them up at all. We're just sticking them in there until we get all the screws started. Now, one thing I always do, you know, even come winter time, I tell you what, when it comes spring, you get all the ice and sticks and all that good stuff. Come spring, I always had a habit of just taking a screwdriver and moving the fan. That was it. I mean, just did that before you turn the AC on, just to make sure it spun. Make sure it wasn't locked up from the winter. You never know, moisture could get inside the motor and lock it up. So this is all back together again. I don't know what time of day it is. The AC may come on if I put this in here. So let me put this fuse brake back in, and let's see if it fires up. Alright, fans on, compressor's running. I can feel warm air come out of the top. Now, I did want to try something. We try this with cars. You could do that with your filter in your house. Let's see something here, how quick it sucks that in. Look at that. I bet you that's something I should have tried before I cleaned it. How quick it sucks it in there. Let's try back here. You seen how bad that was. Right on it. So, can you imagine that's dirt and it's not bringing that air across to blow that air up here? Your efficiency of the AC is probably going to get better right now. So, I was thinking about it when I was cleaning this, that this is probably 6 years. So when I used to do them at my other house, was at 4 and 5 years cleaning them. I had 2 AC units, two 3-ton AC systems. All right, we're done. It's all looking good. And there you go. There's a little tip, a little help. Guys, it was not that hard to do. I know everybody says they're not mechanically inclined. It don't take much to pull out a dozen screws. Just watch where the big ones come from. The long one, usually it's a long one. And if you're sure you're going to forget, take a marker and circle the hole it came out of so you don't forget. All right, I'm going to get going. This was good to see. I'm glad it happened the way it happened. So you all can see what I'm talking about, what not to do. And it's just maintenance that we all could be doing at the house. Put money back in your pocket and increase on your electric bill. It's going to help us out. There's no doubt about it. But we weren't complaining about AC. In fact, my wife always says every night she's freezing. She's wearing a sweatshirt that could be 100 outside. She comes in and puts a sweatshirt on. I mean, I do have it set for 72, but okay, I'm going to go. And you'll have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Tell everybody. And you'll have a great day. Thanks again. Bye.